What's up, team? It's Levi, and today I'm reviewing 5 running shoes that I was considering wearing when speed training this upcoming season. I'm making this video because when I was looking for some shoes to wear, I was on YouTube and looking for some reviews, and most running shoe reviews are for distance running naturally, and I didn't really feel like there was good content around running shoes for speed training and for sprinting. Because for me, I like to be on the track, I like to do speed training, and yeah, I just really haven't found a lot of good shoes that I've liked. So I went to Google, did some Googling, and these 5 shoes came up frequently, so I bought them and I'm reviewing them. So the 5 shoes are the New Balance FuelCell Rebel, New Balance FuelCell Prism, New Balance FuelCell Propel, the Altra Escalante Racer, and the Saucony Endorphin Speed. So out of these 5 shoes, I put them on at home, and I pretty quickly could find some that were like, not going with those. So out of the 5, 2 were an easy out, and then 3 I went on and further tested with some more running, and I'll work my way through, kind of give my reasoning. So let's get started. So the first one is that Rebel, New Balance Rebel, and this somehow made somebody's speed training shoe or shoe to run fast in, and I think their opinion was wrong. Maybe you can be fast in it, but if you see, this is so squishy back here, and you shouldn't be on your heel when you're speed training, but it put me into pronation, and even when I'm up here, like, it's just way too squishy. This midsole gave no support. Maybe it's fast because it's light, but this was a easy no, so I didn't even further test it. The Prism really wasn't like bad, it had some decent stiffness in the forefoot is what I'm looking for, but it didn't really have much bounce. So when I was putting it on, kind of bouncing around the house, it just seemed like a pretty basic shoe. Like, nothing wrong with it, but nothing I was really like, yeah, I want to further test that. That's going to be the shoe I want to wear to get faster this year. So those 2 are out. So that leaves the Propel, the Altra Escalante Racer, and the Saucony Endorphin Speed that I further tested. With the New Balance FuelCell Propel, when I bent it, and it had some padding in there, but when I bent it, it had some pretty good spring. So I was like, okay, some good spring, maybe a little squishier than I would like on the forefoot. I like it to be relatively firm on the forefoot because that's where we're producing a lot of force when we are sprinting or trying to run faster on our forefoot. So anything too squishy, I just feel like it kind of takes away from the forces that I'm trying to produce rather than transfer them, reduce the ground contact time that I'm looking for. But I went with a wide and just a normal, and New Balance runs pretty wide, so I have a wide foot and I got a wide and a normal, and the normal, like regular New Balance, fit me pretty darn well, where these other shoes I had to get wide to fit me well. So if you're a wide footed person looking at a New Balance shoe, just regular, should fit you. But yeah, when I put this on, it was fine. I felt like it was fairly bouncy, good like propulsion, but it was like above average. But comparing to some of these other shoes we'll get to, I can tell you it was just like above average. Nothing super special, but I'd recommend it. Just I'm not wearing it this upcoming season. So this one was kind of a dark horse. This Altra Escalante Racer was cool. Like, it just looks cool. Like, it has a kind of a mesh exterior, and it has a nice firm forefoot. And that's what I often look for in sprint shoes. And Ultras fit my foot so well. I was like, okay. So when I was wearing this, I felt like it was like my natural foot, and I could get into the next step pretty well. but because it is so firm, there really isn't a lot of bounce to it. So whatever bounce you have has to be kind of naturally derived from how bouncy you are as an individual, which you should be as a sprinter, but a shoe that has a little extra bounce can help you further. So as much as I wanted to keep this and just wear it for some training here and there, I promised my wife I would only keep one pair, and so this did not make the cut, which leaves us with the Saucony Endorphin Speed. And this has been very surprising and like awesome for me. My friend gave me an older pair and just to like, yeah, I'm not gonna wear it, and I put it on. And initially I was like, oh, that's a little too squishy on the forefoot. I don't like that. But when I put it on, I was like, whoa, I am like bouncing and propelling way more than I'm used to in the other brands of shoes and older technology of shoes. And I believe it's because they have like a winged nylon plate in here that really helps with that bounce, but there might be something else in there. So the current pair I have is just a regular medium, like a regular size width, and it's a little tight on my foot, but I got the wide in this, and I think the stability is good, has a good base under my foot, and I think that's also important because sometimes if you're running fast and kind of turning, if you're on a curve or something, I hate when my foot slides out from underneath me. So the fact that this has like a good stability but also a good bounce, like it was a great combo. It's light too, so I am really excited to be wearing the Saucony Endorphin Speed. Yeah, it's really important that you do get shoes that are bouncy, not too squishy. Often distance shoes are too squishy and they just don't really produce the force that you're looking for in sprinting. All right, that's all I got for this shoe review. If you have questions or comments, drop them down below. I'd love to answer them if this is helpful, or if you would like more reviews like this. There's a lot more shoes out there I didn't get to, but I like to geek out over kind of shoes and speed, so I'd love to do a review if that's helpful to you. Thanks, y'all. Oh yeah, one last thing. Do you want that speed or do you need that speed?